treat your design system like a product, not a project. I think I have that on the next slide because I feel so strongly about that statement. So what does that mean? Well, it's a lot of the things we already talked about. You have to staff it. You have to have a vision for it. But one very important thing is to get the attention of executives and get the investment you're looking for. It's all about the metrics. You have to have those proof points that investing in a design system has a tangible return on investment. And I think on the slide after this, we have some examples of metrics. And Nick, you and I have, I think, been talking about these throughout because it's such a critical piece of this. But, you know, it goes back to that vision and what are you trying to use your design system to do? But very common metrics are usage. You know, are people actually getting in there and using the design system as we intend? Engagement, performance. This is an interesting one. I interviewed a company who said that they really focused on making sure that from a web performance perspective, that all of the reusable components they were creating were really optimized for that. And they rolled out their design system on their website and they saw a huge spike in performance. That's the sort of thing that can get the attention of a digital executive because they care about things like that. So having metrics around that can be useful. Reduction in defects. I have seen companies successfully get investment for a design system by partnering with their compliance partners of all people, because they were able to show we have fewer accessibility defects now that we're working from this standardized set of components. Compliance people love that because it helps the company avoid getting a web accessibility lawsuit. And all executives want to avoid these things. So being able to say we reduced accessibility defects, that's been a successful metric. User feedback. You know, if you have a head of customer experience in your organization, they're probably very concerned about making sure that loyalty metrics are moving in the right direction. And so by creating a more consistent experience, tying it to that can be a really powerful tactic. Time saved, you know, you talked a lot about this, Nick, some of those like cycle time metrics and things like that. Those can be very powerful in getting executive support and buy-in. And then team health too. So I've talked to companies who were having a really hard time engaging and retaining employees, you know, designers rolling out the door and going to work for large tech companies and, you know, trying to figure out what to do about that. And so understanding, you know, hey, look, based on our design system, designers are saying they're getting to work on new stuff. They're happier in their job. They're more likely to stay. Those can be powerful metrics to take to execs as well. So the point is, have metrics in place. It's going to be different for every company. Start to gather those impact stories over time of how you've moved these metrics in a positive direction. And that's going to get your executives' attention and help you get that buy-in and investment that you're looking for.